Okay, we start recording, and now we will go to your folder. Okay. Okay, that's your folder. This is your class, yeah? Today is 22, and let's check all of you. Check the presence. Ayla,
Here.
very good. Farid,
I'm here.
good. Aysel,
I'm here.
good. Omar,
I'm here.
good. Then Roshana,
I'm here.
good. Rusif,
Hi, I am here.
very good. Sabina,
Here.
last time you was absent. Today I'll...
No, I wasn't absent. I was late.
You were late. Okay, then Vishal.
Here.
Fatima,
Good morning, teacher. I'm here.
good morning. Hussein,
I'm here.
Nigar,
I'm here.
Nigar, you're here. Asiana,
Present.
good. Narmin,
Here.
good. That's all of you, yeah? Or we are 16, but here is 14, 15 with me. Okay, maybe. Who is the 16th? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, everybody's here. Very good, and we can start our course. I think it will be very interesting. Of course, we start our course from the prehistorical period. You know that the human civilization has two big periods. If we look from the top, yeah, we look from the big scale, and two big periods are historical period. This is our period, and the prehistorical period. Now, what does it mean actually? Historical period means the period when people invented writing. The previous period we call prehistorical period, and of course this period has a lot of periods in its side, and we'll take a look. Today we'll take a look to this to all these periods. Let me save your document. Of course, our subject is art history, and we have two words, art and history. Of course, we can't do anything without history, and that's why we'll take a look. First of all, we'll take a look to the human origin, actually. And what I want to say, as last time, or not last time, it was no, I'm sorry, it was without a class. It was last time. but with you it was I don't know, last year maybe. We told that there are three major let me write here. Three major thoughts about the origin of human, about from where and how the human origins. Yeah. First is the religion. It's a religion point of view. We know there are different religions say different things, but in those religions that we know, I mean, the most close to us, the religions that are the most close to us, I mean, Islam, Christianity, and so on. We call it Abrahamic Religion. It says that we came from Adam and Eve. God created the whole world, the universe, everything around us, and then He created Adam and Eve. This is the first. Of course, we have different other religions that say different things. That's a religion or creation by something, somebody, some power, some creature, and so on. This is a first. Of course, religion says another things that can explain how it happens, but how it had happened. But we don't want. I don't want to talk about this because this is just theory, and it's up to you to believe in or not. The second theory is I read here is a scientific. It's a scientific point of view. It says that human goes from the primates. We'll show you here primatomorpha if we in the scientific language, if we say in the scientific language. And as you see, it's a species of primatomorphia family. Yeah, we see the branches. Yeah. And as you see, the human, I mean the modern human, is also here next to the gorillas, gibbons, and I don't know, lemurs, and so on. Dermoptera, interesting. Okay, it's a scientific theory. I don't want to go to the. I don't want to draw so deep to the anthropology because it's not our topic. Anthropology is a science that goes very deep to the human origin. Understand what I want to say? Okay, this is a scientific theory, and the middle point of view. I mean, it's this is fully, we call it non-scientific because it explains by different way. In some cases, the opposite point of view of the scientific theory, and this is a scientific that no belief, only science. I mean, only evidences, artifacts, and so on. Actually, must be. And here I put something between those two categories. I think we can call it the middle category, but actually it has a name. Call it Just a moment. Let's call it alien theory, or paleocontact. It means that actually it's a modern theory of how human origin. What does it mean? It means that we'll met this world by our lecture, today's lecture. Paleo means ancient, something very old, ancient, and paleo. And contact, you know what this mean? What does it mean? Contact, paleo contact. What this theory actually says? What does this theory say? Actually, the people who are in this theory, who believe in this theory, and who kept this point of view, they said that they believe and they know, and they said that people who lived in many times ago, in prehistorical times, they probably, perhaps, maybe they met with the aliens that came from the other planets, other systems here, and had contact with the aliens. The contact could be different. Some of them say that aliens were like teachers of ancient people, teachers of those creatures. Let me show you those creatures. They believe. Why I said that this is something between those two religions, those two theories. In this theory, we say that we know that God created man as itself, as we know the modern human, and then created. After he created man, he created a woman, and they live together, and all human goes from those two creatures, those two men. And of course they can speak, they had all knowledge that came from God, and they had everything in one moment, you know, as what I want to say. No waste, as we know, as we understand in scientific theory, in scientific point of view. Science said that we had all species goes by the evolution, and from some I don't know, primal creature to the other creatures. They evolved to other creatures by the conditions of the place where they live. And this process actually is very long. We'll go to the Neolithic, Paleolithic, ancient ages, the prehistorical and history, as you see. Yeah, we'll go to this chart in a couple of minutes. And what I say that, and science of course said that this process is semi-controllable by some forces, and of course no God, no, I don't know, theory by creating by God, I don't know, and so on. You know what I mean. This is something between them. Of course, aliens is very interesting topic. Some of you maybe believe in aliens, but actually aliens is not it's not from the science, because we don't know, science don't know, actually science doesn't know the existence of the aliens. Yeah, Ladies and gentlemen, do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Really? Because science has no evidence of the existence of the aliens actually, but many of you believe in aliens. Even if, as you know, Elon Musk is one of the, in my opinion, one of the most genius people in our planet nowadays in 21st century. Even somebody asked him, "Do you believe in aliens?" He said that yes, maybe they could be, but I don't have enough evidence to say that there are exist. But I also don't have enough evidence to say that they couldn't exist at all. You know what I mean? Okay, that's why we, as it's scientifical, yeah, we get it into the religion point. I mean, in non-scientifical side, and contact. But they said that we know that we have evolution. They believe that evolution exists. They believe that evolution goes, and this is from science, yeah. But aliens helped us. In brief, I said helped us to evolve to the modern human. You know, because they ask why, if human evolved, why other animals from those three, I mean, from this family of species of primatomorphia, primates, why those animals couldn't evolve to that state or close state to human. Okay, this is in brief the theories of the origin, yeah. And let's go to our main topic. As you see, the Stone Age. We'll go to prehistorical and historical aspects of mankind. Yeah. Okay. It's very those dates actually. I mean, very approximate. 3 millions, 10 millions, 3,000, 10,000, and so on. Those dates are very approximate because we can only, they have a lot of archaeological and geological methods of dating. I don't want to drone into this into that kind of things, but we can only know that we have prehistorical period and historical period. As you see, in prehistorical period, it starts approximately 3 million years ago, and in 3 million years ago, as you see, this is a human species evolution long path from missing link to modern man. Yeah, that's the missing link for 40 billion, yeah, as you see, 40 million years ago, and we start from 3 million years ago because it's first humans, you see, first human species 3.5 billion years ago, yeah. Here we are talking about 40 millions, then 30 millions, and so on. We go. That's evolution. And the missing link. Many of you said that we don't believe in this theory, because we couldn't find the missing link between the apes, I mean between the monkeys and primates and human. Actually, we don't have a missing link, but actually, of course, we have. We have already had this approximately 25 years ago, but most of you don't know this because you are not anthropologists, and we are not in this science As you see, this is actually really very comprehensive science, and as you see, this is actually the species. As you see, Homo naledi, Homo habilis, Homo modern human, and so on. We don't want to draw here is the skulls, the morphs, and its illustration how they could be in that far times, that times. Here the appearance. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to our chart. And first human species 3.5 million years ago. We start from this date and this period called Paleolithic Period, 3 million years to 10,000 years ago. What does it mean actually, Paleolithic period? This with Paleolith it consists of two words. Yeah, see, paleo. Yeah, and lithic. Lithic, lithos actually. Lithos from Latin language means stone. That's why those two periods, prehistorical period, and also this period, maybe somewhere from this to this period, we call Stone Age period, because actually there are two periods. I mean, there are three periods beside this one. I mean, we can divide it into three periods. The Paleolithic period or Stone Age period is approximately 30,000 years to 10,000 years. Here we have 3 million years ago, but this is approximately the first human species appears in the planet, and we'll go from 30,000 years ago, because we need, as you know, we need to have some evidence of the art. That's why we say if we have some tools or some evidences, I don't know, some archaeological artifacts, or besides the bones and skulls, if we have something like this, we can call that human made. Yeah, we can call that this is art, and from this point, from this date, we can count the period. Yeah, I'll explain it in a couple of minutes, because we have really big materials, a lot of materials. I'll show those kind of things. And actually, yeah, let's start from now. Yeah, let's start from the stone tools. No, we'll go to this in a couple of minutes. Let's finish this one. Okay, the Paleolithic period. This is I said that we have three periods: Paleolithic period or Stone Age, then Mesolithic period. This is something between this one. We don't talk about this period a lot, because this is a period that goes after Paleolithic, and it's between Paleolithic and Neolithic period, and that's called the Middle Stone Age period from 10,000 to 8,000, and the New Age period, Neolithic, from 10,000. From 8,000 to 3,000. Actually, we can call it in one word. It's a Paleolithic and Neolithic period, actually. And in those periods, when the periods end, we start the Ancient Age. I will go to the as you see, invention of writing. when human invented the writing, the prehistorical period and this period ended. Okay, and as I said, that the Stone Age is the first of those through 3H system of archaeology, and it divides human technological prehistory into 3 periods. As I say, the Stone Age, yes. Then goes the Bronze Age, and then goes the in the Medieval Age. Here goes the Iron Age. I'll explain all those periods in future. Today we'll take a look only to these 2 periods, because after invention of writing, we met the civilization, the cultures of the civilizations, and before those, before this date, I mean this number, there were no civilizations, there were no nations, they were nothing. Only human tribes that goes that migrates from one place to the other place, as I told you, as I show you in our book, as you remember, in this illustrations. Do you remember this book I show you? This is my book that I write. Yeah. Do you remember?
Bəli, xatırlayıram.
Yeah.
Mən xatırlayıram.
Yeah. And what I want to say, the Stone Age humans, as you see, laid the foundations for all the civilizations. There were, as I said, there were no there were no nations. I don't know. Even there were no only tribes. Only tribes. No families. Nothing. Without our prehistorical ancestors, we would not have civilization as we know it. Okay, let's have 2-minute break because I want to drink. I'm thirsty. Just a moment. Okay, let's continue. Do you have any questions on this topic? Do you understand what's going on in prehistorical time and what's the chart, or what we're gonna do with this? Do you have any questions?
Mənim yəqin ki, siz bizə mövzular göndərəsiniz də oxumaq üçün.
Yes, I'll send you. No. I'll send you only in brief, some things in brief, because when I ask some questions in the exam, I want to be sure that you are not reading from the paper. You know what I want to say. That's why I'll give you only some how to say some just a moment. I write here. I'll give you something like key points, of every topic that we'll get in this course. And of course, some I don't know, this type of things. That's the first thing. The second thing, I think that my recordings, my recordings will be quite enough for you. If you want to know something, you need to go to the recording and listen to them. Okay?
Yox, mən üçün şəxsən biraz rahat olmaq, çünki bu qədər şeyi yenidən baxmaq daha çətin, nəinki oxumaq. Yəni şəxsən mən tərəfdarıyam ki, bizə mövzular verilsin, mən oxuyum, bilmirəm digər uşaqlar necə fikirləşir ya yox. Yəni mən oxumaq daha rahat olar sonradan siz bizə mövzuları versə. Düzdür, belə biz baxırıq, yəni mən bunun hamısını xatırlaya bilmirəm. Yəni belə dinləyirəm sizə, amma bütün mövzu yadımda qalmır belə. Amma tutalım biz imtahana hazırlaşanda bu qədər şeyi dərsləri oturub ard-arda dinləmək biz üçün daha yorucu olacaq.
No, you don't need to look to these lessons again and again, because most of the things that happen in our lesson are actually not from the major points. I'll give you the list of the major points that will go for example, the question, what is how many periods of human being?
Mən də Orxanın dediyin tərəfindəyəm. Yəni bu qədər şeyi şifahi yadımda saxlaya bilmərəm şəxsən.
I understand. I of course give you some materials, but but only in brief, because I want to be sure that you understand it, that you know it when I will ask you at exams. Understand? Do you understand what I want to say? Siz ən başa düşürsünüz mən nə demək istəyirəm? Necə yadınızda saxlaya bilmərsiniz? Nə var ki, burada yadda saxlamalar? Mən sizə ümumi olaraq verəcəm, əvvəldən axırınacan. Yəni ki, ən əsas, the major points, the major things, əsas şeyləri verəcəm sizə. Amma mətn deyək ki, belə gələ otuda mən şey verim sizə, elə bir şey ola bilər, sadəcə mən istəmirəm ki, sabah mən sizə sual verəndə siz onu üzdən oxuyasınız. Prinsipə, onsuz da mən görəcəyəm. Okay, yaxşı, verərəm sizə, problem yoxdur. I'll give you the materials.
Oldu, təşəkkür edirik.
Okay, do you have any questions?
I don't have.
Okay, let's go. Of course, all these dates, as I said, that there are very broadly, there are very approximate, and it ends from. I'm sorry. Right. Where we were stuck. Okay. Let's go to the other things. Tools. We start from the human origin and goes and we talked about the lifestyle, and we'll go to the tools, and we'll take a look because the Stone Age is a period of prehistory in which humans used primitive stone tools. Yeah, very primitive. Let's take a look to those examples. It's a Achillean tool, stone tool. What does mean Achillean? Actually, it's a period. It's a culture. Let's say like this, because all unknown things. For example, we know Azerbaijani culture. For example, Russian culture. I don't know, Chinese culture, Japanese culture. We know those kind of things, and we know that it goes like this. We couldn't call some Japanese culture as we want to call. We call it by we call something that belongs to this culture like they do it. And I understand, for example, Japanese said that, or I don't know, for example, we said shebeke, yeah, for example, we have a name of this artifact and the name of this thing, yeah, of this object, and everybody must call this by this because it has a name, and everybody knows that it's Azerbaijani culture. They can say that this is Australian culture and so on. But on those far times, nobody knows. As I said, there were no civilizations, there were no nations, even they have no maybe they have no speech. Maybe it's of course we don't know exactly, but it seems that they have no language. Maybe they have, but it consists of primitive sounds and primitive tones. Yeah, actually, every language is a collection of sounds. Yeah, that we have when we speak, we generate sounds with our tongue, throat, and so on. Yeah, actually, this is, for example, some foreign language that you have never known is a collection of sounds for your ears. Yeah, and that's. Of course, they have maybe they have some language, but we don't know how they call. We call it as we find it somewhere. Achel is a place in France, as I know, and the first things that the first tools that we found in those period. That belongs to those period, to the 10,000, 30,000, 60,000 years ago. We found in Achel and in Achel region in France, and that's why we call it Achelian stone. For example, in future I'll show you the other things, the other cultures, and that's we call culture, but we don't know exactly how it goes. But maybe those cultures were no name. Yeah. And they use the primitive, as you see, stone tools. I'll show you how the Neanderthals Flint stone tools makes in YouTube. This interesting National History Museum channel. You can subscribe this channel, and if you want. Of course, you can ask what's the Neanderthals. I don't want to draw to this topic. This is from this is one of the human species, as you see, the Neanderthal. It's one of the branch. As you see, this is our branch. This is his branch, and it's actually a non-existent species, as for example, Australopithec robusti. It's also non-existent. It died. This branch is has ended, as you see. Okay, I'll show it in a couple of minutes. Of course, in the Stone Age they made very primitive tools, as you see, but it worked. They were very sharp, and they were made from different materials. We'll talk it a little bit later. And that's the interesting fact that I want to share with you, that humans weren't the first who made the tools itself. Yeah. Actually, there were some creatures that live in Lake Turkana. This is in Kenya, in Africa. for example, 700,000 years before the humans. They were the creatures where they were very next to the very close. I mean, very close to the human species. There was from this list. They died many years ago. Maybe someone from this list, I don't remember. And the first stone tools were made by those creatures. Some experts believe that the use of stone tools may have, maybe it's they believe that may have developed even earlier in our primate ancestors, as we see here. Since some modern apes, including those tools, yeah, as you see. Okay, we don't want to draw into this one. Actually, this is besides the bones that we found a lot from all over the world. Stone artifacts tell anthropologists maybe the major information about the early humans, about the ancient men, including how they might maybe think, how they lived, and how they learned their behavior, evolved over the time, as we see in our illustration here. And I'll show you maybe this kind of things, or I'll go to here, yeah, maybe how they appear, their lifestyle, and first of all, they live in a cage, as we told last time. Then they go to the wastelands, to the vast lands, and early in the Stone Age, humans live in a small nomadic groups, as you see, for example, that consist of a couple of, 10 or 8 or 7, maybe in some cases in 15 members. During much of this period, the Earth was in the Ice Age, as we told last time, times ago. Here, and we can see how the climate change, and the Ice Age is a period of a colder global temperatures in a glacier expansions. As we see, in the modern period, we see the glaciers we can meet only in subpolar zone. 12 months a year. But in those periods, we see the glacier maximum and the glacier minimum, and of course, the Holocene. This period is Holocene period, and the period of a human. Okay. What can we say about the lifestyle? Let's talk a little bit about the lifestyle of the ancient people, because we'll have some questions about this. What about the lifestyle? As you see, we have Stone Age prehistorical creatures. For example, we know that mammoth, even the fossils of mammoth we can meet even nowadays, in Siberia, in Sahara region. Mastodons, then saber-toothed cats. I mean, if you saber tooth cat, or in our world we can call it saber tooth tiger or lion, yeah, as you see. And they were giant animals. And Stone Age human hunted large animals, large mammals. They are also mammals, as you see on a paint art. We'll go to the paint art in a couple of minutes, including those big woolly mammoth, giant bisons, and deer. We'll take a look to the deer in a couple of minutes. Also, yes, it's a giant bison, so I like those animals. They are very interesting. That's the lifestyle that we can probably imagine. Yeah, and they use those new invented stone tools to cut, pound, and maybe crush meat and the parts of those animals. That's why they used to made them quite sharp, yeah. And I'll show you one interesting. That's the collection of those tools, prehistorical tools. Yeah. Here we see how the Stone Age humans make hand axes. As you see, the process of starting with a large piece of rock, then the human rudely shaped the rock with the stone hammer, with the other one, because actually this stone is harder than this stone. Then using a hammer and wood, then trimmed it to the edge, and then hand axe, front view, side view. I'll show it in the. We can take a look. It's 1 and 27. Let's take a look to the technology of making the flintstone tool. Actually, this material is also flint material from flint. What is flint? Let me show you. It's yeah, you see, flint. You know what is this? Yeah. This is a flint. It's a sedimentary rock, as you see here. In material science, we'll take a look to this material, but it's the most used material in the Stone Age period. Let's take a look to the video in YouTube. Yeah, this is Leveller's. Actually, it's of course not the same thing, but this is as Achillean. This is a period of a stone. This is a Stone Age period, like Achillean. But it doesn't matter for you. This is for more deep knowledge. This is for the people who want to know the ancient, who learn ancient archaeology. This information for those people. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, as you see, actually we see the basic stone core with flicks removed from them to create a sharpened edges, as you see here. He tried to make edges sharp to be able to cut animals, to chop the and scrap. I don't know. Actually, the first tools were discovered by all the white men. It's in Africa somewhere, in Kenya maybe, or Ethiopia. I don't remember. Maybe in Ethiopia, 2,060,000 years ago. Yeah. This is the shape. This is what they need. As you see, it's sharp like a razor. I don't know. If you ever see or take the flint, yeah, you'll see that the edges of the flint is sharp as a razor. Yeah, this is not the earliest say stone. This is the earliest stone, one of the earliest technology of making stone. This is not a flint, this is maybe some, don't know, rock, volcanic rock. This is very close to Australia. Yeah. And this is how they made the hand axe. Yeah. You can take a look at the tool here. And this is an interesting fact that I want to share with you, that this technology of making tools by making the edges with using one stone to other stone, it was the dominant tool technology until 1,100 years ago. Yeah. As we see, they strike. Yeah. That's you need. Strike pieces of a stone core. Yeah. That's something like a blade. Yeah, I think it's enough for understanding the major tools that ancient people made. Do you have any questions about this topic? Yeah, we see the same thing. The animals, how they made. Do you have any questions?
No.
Good. And let's take a look to the other type of tools. It's very important, as you see here. He's trying to make. It calls microblades. Yeah, this one. This is microblades, or let me don't take a look to this. Yeah, this is Microleads. Actually, except of can't say very useful tools. I mean, blades, hammers, arrow heads, I don't know, so on. We met more interesting and accurate things, objects, tools, and as you see, we can meet some harpoons, for example, here. We are taking a look only to the objects, only to the tools, yeah. We characterize it as a small. It's a Magdalenian culture, but we don't think about this, yeah. We don't care how it calls because it's not our field. And small tools known as geometrical microleads. I told you that we have I will say about this about the microleads and megalithic structures, megalithic I'd say objects. This is microlithic objects. Okay, as you see, the needles, some, I don't know, some necklace things, maybe this is what this is, spoon, yeah, and so on. All these things are made by using different technology, and the major factor of appearing this technology was the technology of, as you see, this I explain how it works. Yeah, the technology of drilling. When they invade the technology of drilling, they can make the different type of stones, yeah, as you see, and different type of more they can invade more accurate objects, accurate tools. As you see, they can work with not only with a stone, but with bone material. Yeah, as you see, yeah, they can drill. Okay, in brief, let's finish these prehistorical tools. Yeah, because we can talk about this a lot. We have I don't know, tons of information about these technologies, but let's finish about the historical part and the technological part of this one, and go to the art, yeah. And let's okay, let's talk in brief. What's this? In brief, I'll give some questions to you, and please answer me. Okay, who can answer? If you want to answer, raise your hand, okay? Okay. What's the major material that used in the Stone Age period? Major materials. Narmin, Nigar, Hüseyin. Answer my question. Yeah, Nigar.
Flint.
Then flint actually is it's a one of the major materials, but actually it's a volcanic glass, and it's not a stone. It's a stone, but not a traditional stone, and we call it glass actually because it's really like a glass. It's a volcanic material. Flint, okay, it's good. Then what else? Rock, you mean stone. Some kind of stones, for example, limestone they could use here. Let's take a look here. See, this is maybe granite, This is probably also granite, or it looks like the limestone. This is also probably granite. Very interesting, it has a really interesting shape. See, this is biophase. Actually, all of them are biophase shaped tools. I mean, biophase, it means we have two sides. Razor here. Let me show you. I prepared in my book here. You see, for example, knives. We find this is your flint. As you see, this is monophase. This is the edge from one phase. This is biphase, and here they use, as you see in the front view. In the front view, we can't see the faces, but in the right view, we see that they have two cutting faces. Here, two cutting faces, and here two faces. That's why we call the biface. And here as I would say as a knife, work like a knife. Those things we'll get in another lesson. I'll explain those kind of things in another lesson. But here you need to know that flint, yes, good, stone, and what else? Don't remember about the last thing that we, the last example that we discussed. Saying yes, or who it was? Don't remember about the microlithic technology of the later Stone Age period. More accurate, more interesting. I would say more. Please be active, please. What else? You can write somewhere those questions, because those questions will be on your examination list. I mean, in your exam. What else? What kind of materials do they use in Stone Age? You told that it was a stone, some kind of stones, maybe the most useful for those people. Then flint. Then, ladies and gentlemen, think a little bit. Hello. Answer my question, please.
They made tools by the stone.
What?
They used stone as a material. They made some tools by stone.
Okay.
Stone.
Stone tools. Okay, but do they have I mean, stone material. Do they have another material except stone? You said stone, flint, volcanic glass, and then what is else? Bone, of course. Yeah, of course, bone. I told you about the bones. Here, the last, I don't know. Here you see the microlithic technology, the microlithic tools. They use bones for the needles, for the to sew the I don't know, fur here, fur and leather cloths. Yeah, they use harpoons. They use some technologies of engraving. The engraving tools, as you see, we'll start in a couple of minutes. We'll draw to the art of the Stone Age, the Paleolithic art. You'll see how the technology of microlithics helped them to make those kind of things. You see, as you see, so accurate, so interesting work. Okay, and how many periods do we have in the history of mankind? We can say.
Mənim təkrar edə bilərsiniz, başa düşməli.
How many periods do we have in the history of mankind? Very good, yes, Nigar. Prehistorical and historical. And what's the difference when the historical period starts? I mean, don't tell me the exact date. Just tell me what had happened that the historical period started, that we call that historical period started. What the major factor, what the major, I don't know, what something happened that historical prehistorical period ends and then start the historical period. What happened? What happened, ladies and gentlemen? We call it that, prehistorical and historical. Yes, okay, of course. And then what happened? Why we tell that now?
Metal tools, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Right? Metal tools. When metal tools, we started to use metal.
Yes. Actually, this is the first reason. What's the second reason? Can you say? What's the second reason, ladies and gentlemen? Science of religion. Interesting. We'll talk about the religion when we'll discuss the art of a Stone Age. Yes, it's I hadn't talked about this, about the appearance of belief, the system of beliefs, the religion system, the prehistorical, the ancient religions, ancient beliefs. Yes, but this answer is correct. And the third one, and actually, because religion and the beliefs, the rituals and so on, roots very deep to the history. I mean, even in prehistorical times, we had already had the religion factors, the beliefs, the burial ceremonies, the funerals, the ceremonies of funerals, and so on. We have, and when we'll discuss, for example, the cave art, all these all these kind of things. We'll try to explain it in a religion point of view, and we can say that some kind of beliefs had already appeared in prehistorical period. Yes, and what was the other reason of ending prehistorical period and starting historical period? We say that it's a historical period. Look, how people share the information with each other. How people can share the information when they are alive. I mean, when they are alive, and they can share. They could able to share using a language. Yes, if they understand, but we speak on different languages, and even nowadays in 21st century, when people are more than 7 billion in the earth, we don't understand each other because we speak in the different languages. Then we can say that we can share information using pictures. Of course, pictures are the most suitable in our case, and why? Because we understand what's depicted on the picture. For example, if you look at, for example, at this one, you understand that this is bison or some ox, yeah, some animal that looks like the ox or bison, and everybody in the earth, maybe the most of the people in the earth, understand that this is a bison, not a cat, not a horse. This is a human. He understands what's going on when he look at the picture. Yeah, what I want to say. Without understanding the language of the people who painted this picture, even if they don't understand the language. And the third is what is the one of the major factors that divides these two periods. You said that science of religion, but I'd tell that religion in that form that we know may be formed in maybe in approximately Neolithic period, yeah, and in the far periods, but it was in prehistorical time. Ladies and gentlemen, what it was? Please answer my question.
Maybe animal domestication.
Domestications of animals. Actually, in Neolithic period, dogs were domesticated. Also, by using the fire, they can say that something is dangerous. Yes, of course, they were they communicate with each other. They were not silent. Of course, maybe they can use some I don't know, collection of voices, some I don't know, roar. They roar maybe to each other and say something. Yeah, try to say something. As I told many times ago, that maybe last year when we discussed my book, that people who live in those period, they don't they were in a small tribes. They lived in a small tribes, and they didn't met probably they never met another people except the people who are in except the members of the tribe. That's why a language, if they have any language, the language was the people can understand only those language that used in an inner tribe, not goes far. Understand what I want to say? Domesticating animals. Look at this chart, ladies and gentlemen. Domesticated animals started earlier than the agriculture invaded, because the first people were hunters gatherers. The animals, the first domesticated animal was a dog, and the dog helped. Actually, it was a wolf. Then he became a wolf. He became a dog, and the first animal, dogs, help people to hunt to deer and the other animals. And then when the people start agriculture, they begin agriculture. I'll show you here in my book. Here the hunters, and they invaded agriculture. They start to make some more interesting tools. They understood that some some vegetation, some plants, they can grow it artificially. They can grow it by themselves, and then they have some places where they can keep the seeds. They can keep some food. Of course, they after this they settled to some place, to one place, because they are how to say, they have to live in one place because they suit with the ground, and then start everything: cultural progress, architectural progress, everything. They use clay materials, and the answer of my question was, except of the things that we have already told, invasion of writing, and writing invaded in the ancient Mesopotamia. We'll take a look to this place a little bit later. And if you don't have any questions, we'll continue our lesson in 5 minutes. Let's make a break, 5 minutes break, and continue our lesson. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, I'll stop recording and let's have 5-minute break. Recording. And we'll drawn to the art of the Stone Age, prehistorical art, Paleolithic art. We told about the stone tools and stone art in archaeological recording. Actually, the science that where we get the information goes from, as you see, the by-side tools also. Of course, though all those tools are production food, self-defense, hunting, gathering, and so on. And as you see, we told that they made from stones and use stones and bones. And then let's go to the art. Actually, invading those microlithic technologies, they invaded engravings. This is one of the interesting part of the art, and the most mysterious, my favorite part, the most mysterious part of this. As you see, 13,000 years ago, sculptures made mammoth ivory. Actually, it's ivory. It's how to say, bone. I'm sorry. This is so-called Lion Man. Very interesting. It discovered in 1939, and it dates 32,000 years old. As you see, it was found in Europe, as I remember, or in Germany, or in Austria, or in France. I don't remember. Maybe. Yeah, doesn't matter. Very interesting because he had a head of a predator animal, maybe those predators that we looked at half an hour ago, and Venus. Let me show you the Venus of Willendorf. Venus of Willendorf. Willendorf is a province, is a place in as I know, in Austria. Yeah, 30,000 years ago. We call it goddess. Actually, why goddess? Because, as you see, he has a very interesting forms. And the Venus has no face. And those sculptures, in the most cases, there has no faces. As you see, only some, don't know. Some kind of maybe cap or head. Maybe it is not a head. It's hairs, maybe, yeah, and very interesting forms. Yeah, how can you explain those forms? How can you explain it? Why do they, in your opinion, of course, I'll ask this question, but why they use so let's say fat woman? And of course we see it that's a woman because he has big boobs. And why they use those forms to engrave in their engravings? Hello.
Bəli, eşidirik sizi.
Okay, I'll answer these questions. The main reason was the fertility. It's something like, do you know what's fertility? Ladies and gentlemen, fertility. What does it mean? Yeah, look at those Venus. Also, those one. This one. They use, this is very close to our Gubustan rock art. Let me show you here the example from Google Standard rock art. Where is it? Or we can look at this. I can't find this. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, here you see very fat woman. Yeah, let me say like this. Very fat forms. Yeah, very big forms. The main factor is first of all is highly stylized depictions. Let's take a look here. Yeah, the highly stylized depictions, the highly stylized features of a woman. Yeah, and it representing sexuality and fertility of to those people. It is the major meaning of the sculptures, and of course, as you told, as very close. Yes, Nigar, very close to this one. Fertility is the I would say is some action where you can get more children. Yeah, you know, some factor of bearing of children. You know what I want to say. Yes, writing. And as you see, a science of religion, of course it's not a science. Yeah, it's the foundation of some beliefs. Do you understand? Do you have any questions? Yeah, this is the first example that will be in the exam. I save it here. The Venus of Willendorf. The second example of is this guy is a sculpture made from mammoth. Yeah, here is from the ivory of mammoth ivory. And the third, the Venus, the Venus of Lauzy. It's also in France. Yeah, as you see, it's engraved on a stone. with some horn, or I don't know, actually nobody knows. There are different theories of this one. Yeah, see. Yeah, this is actually monumental cave painting. It's not a painting, actually it's an engraving on a rock. Yeah, as you see, it engraved on a rock using that stone tools of where it was of let me close those two of Paleolithic needles, maybe. Where it were Yeah. Maybe they did it with those. Just a moment. Some tools where they were maybe with this one, or they use those kind of stones tools to engrave stone monumental cave paintings and engravings. They typically found in European cave shelters. In the cave, it's a cave art actually, and it dating 40,000 and 15,000 years ago. Of course, we are talking about the Stone Age, and we are talking about this Ice Age that were in the Europe. We told about this, and we have three category of the art, stone art. The first category is the human-based figures. Yeah, human-based figures, and most of them are females. First, human-based. The second, animal-based. I'll show you if I find some animal-based. Actually, this is yeah. I'll show it in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's finish with the engravings, because we have, as I know, 15 minutes till we end. Okay, let's go to the rock art, because that's the major knowledge that you need to know. First, human-based figures, female figures, Venuses, and the cat-head man. Yeah, here we have two of them, the cat-head man and Venuses of Wellendorf, Venuses of other parts of the planet. Yeah, those three pictures, you will need those three pictures. Then let's go to the paint art. Here we can notice that they use, first of all, very detailed pictures and prehistorical cave paintings. Let's say cave paintings in Alaska. It's in France, as you see, very detailed painting of horse that we need to know. Then of a bison or ox, it's not monochromic, it's polychromic, and very highly detailed animals, highly detailed paintings. Even we can see the horns, the eyes, everything we can see. The bear, maybe, yeah. Those two and a couple of pictures. We need a couple of pictures here. This is one of the most interesting and exciting pictures that we have from the ancient times. And what can you see? All of those all of those paintings were made in the caves. And the first of all, we can notice that in those times they use highly detailed and polychromic paintings, polychromic pictures. Yeah, this is the most early periods. Yeah, I show you the most early periods. The oldest one. Let me close those things. Yeah, here also. It's the most ancient pictures. Here we see this is actually the Bronze Age. Between this picture and between this depicting and this depicting, more than 10,000 years. This is much more earlier. This is more younger picture, and as you see here, it's a simplified, more simplified features. As you see, no color, no details, but here we can see a scene, a thematical scene. We can say the scene tells the story. Here we don't see anything, only something. But in some cases, for example, in the Neolithical art, here we can see the Neolithical art. Here we can see that we can notice some scene of hunting. The most scenes are that depicted in the Neolithical and Paleolithical art are the scenes of hunting. It goes from that we saw that the Neolithical we saw the transformation of nomadic human, that human who has no their settlements, who are migrating from one place to other place. We call it nomadic human. We see that they change their lifestyle and go and become from gatherers to the agrarian society people. Yeah, let's say it like this. And of course, they use the permanent shelters. They change their permanent shelters to the buildings and houses that they made in their settlements. Do you understand? And of course, from that period, actually, they invented one of the most innovations, the pottery. And of course, they use the new material, clay. And from the pottery, from the clay, they can make as well as sculptures. They can invent a new technology in the architectural architectural field, and of course they can construct new, for example, some so-called ovens for preparing some, I don't know, food maybe. And of course they burn the clay there, and of course it helped them to flip to other level of I would say the other level of the invasions. Yeah, they flip to the Metal Age, and we'll go to the Metal Age in other lessons. As you see here, we can tell about we finish here. This should the permanent shelters. Okay, what can we say? If we, I would say, finish our lesson and let me tell you the key points of the art, paint art, rock art. I'm sorry. We are trying to explain the meaning of those paintings because we don't know exactly what they want to say, but if we imagine, we can say that the Paleolithic cave paintings could demonstrate early humans' capacity to give meaning to their surroundings, to their lifestyles, to the things that happened with them in that ancient times, in that far times, and they are trying to communicate with each other using those paintings. First, this is for communication. It's just information, how they share the information, yeah. And in what groups we can divide those, we can create those paintings. First group, the cave painting can be grouped into three main categories. Animals, as you see here, yeah. Human figures, of course, in latest. The latest one are the animals, as you see. Then we in the Lascaux, yeah. Cave paintings. Actually, cave paintings we call other word the petroglyphs. Petros we know as a lithos. Lithos is a stone. Petro is also the stone. And glyphos means writing. Petroglyphs is stone writing, stone art. Yeah, here we see that in three main categories. Here are animals, human figures here, yeah, and some abstract forms like solar signs, I don't know, moons, stars, I don't know, some creatures, as you see here, some mysterious creatures, and so on. Then animals that depicted in the rock art include familiar behaviors and of predators and the other animals, as you see here. Then the most ancient ones are in Spain and in France, because they are in the caves, and that's why they conserved in the caves. And how we can explain the most ancient ones? Of course, maybe the interpretations from prehistorical point of view, yeah. We can imagine that the human that lived those period maybe made some mystical rituals for future, for maybe some kind of shamanism, some kind of don't know. Here I had a beautiful here, for example, as you see, some shamans sitting here, or maybe they had for example here they have some mysterious practices to get more to get other results in hunting. They could get good results in hunting, here we see, and so on. We don't exactly know what's going on. Actually, we are talking about the shamanism, but it's not shamanism as itself, because shaman is a Evenkian word. Evenks are the people who live in the north in Siberia, in Russia, and this word comes from those language. But shamanism is a belief of mysterious creatures, spirits, and so on, and it's a range of traditional beliefs. We are talking about the traditional beliefs and practices concerned with communications with the spiritual world, with the mysterious world, and so on. Do you understand what's going on? Okay, prehistorical art, painting, rock painting, that is in 3 categories. Anthropomorphical, it means human. Zoomorphical, it means animals. And some science, some, I don't know, abstract science. Yeah, okay, you know what's abstract science are. Some geometrical features that has no meaning, some, I don't know, moons, stars, some mysterious creatures, and so on. The oldest one are monochromic. We are talking about them. The youngest are polychromic. As you see, we have only one color that's solid, only one solid color, very simplified, very I don't know, stylized forms. Okay, do you understand? Do you have any questions? Okay, the oldest paintings, let's take a look to this. Yeah, the oldest one are polychromic, as you see, and the most common themes in cave paintings, in rock art, or in other words, in cave paintings, are actually large. In other cases, huge animals such as bisons, horses, deers, mammoth, as you see here, and so on. Of course, all those species are suitable for hunting, and they're used for hunting by humans, and those the main reason why do they depict these animals, these suitable for hunting animals, are actually some ritual for praying to the spirits. I don't know, something like this, that they want to make some icons as we use nowadays. For example, Christians use icons for some ritual aims. Yeah. And they think that it was extremely necessary for making such kind of icons on their caves, to get more, I would say, more bliss from the spirits. Maybe it's the scientific point of view of the things. Do you understand? Do you have any questions? Very highly detailed, very actually anatomically, as you see in most cases, the anatomically right good proportions. As you see here, for example, this is a human, or oh my god, what's this? That's the spirits, actually. Yes, my god, this is why I like why I love this period. It's actually the most mysterious. Look at this, my god. Yeah. And in most cases, where the pictures are very highly detailed, do you have any questions?
No.
Yeah. In the most cases, the most ancient ones that is more than 30, 50, maybe 60,000 years ago, are in Spain and in France. We are looking at them right now, and they are completely no human figures. For example, in France at itself, I mean, in the most ancient examples. And you can ask, what is this red? It's actually a ochre. We'll take a look to the ochre in a future lessons. Handprints here we see also. And what does it? Handprints, then mammoth, then here mammoth, here horses, bisons, and so on. That's the main theme that we have. Even lines, as I remember. Yeah, we had lines. Okay, the most themes. Then one of my favorite, I think that's the spectacular. Yes, look at those guys. This Altamira, it's in Spain. Maybe like this. Yeah, that's also in Spain. Yeah, do you see the maybe we can find here. Cave art. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very interesting. I'll show you in a good high resolution. For example, look at this. Yeah. Damn. Interesting. Yeah, let's take a look here. Look at this depict the bison. Actually, the cave is very long and it's very huge, and with a lot of passages and chambers. It's very interesting place. We can net the painting on the walls, so even on above our heads. Yeah, and here we use two materials. It's oak is a red material, and charcoal. Yeah, I will talk about the charcoal a little bit later. Do you have any questions? This is also what you need to know from the prehistorical art. Yeah, those guys also. I'll share with this information. Do you have any questions? Okay, let's finish. We have some bones. I mean, we have in prehistorical art we have sculptures, two categories: sculptures and rock arts, the main basic categories. Sculptures we met in the most cases Venuses, yes, Paleolithic Venuses with big forms without detailing of a face, yes. The meaning of the Venuses are the fertility, yes, or childbirth, or something like birth rate, but it's not a birth rate, rating of a birth, childbirth, yes. Then we can mean that they use most of all the bones, the stone, the ivory, the clay, and the wood materials. They made figures from those materials. Of course, we have the range of religion beliefs. They believe that if they have those features at home or in some places, they will attract more prey from the mysterious powers, from the creatures, and they thought that it will help them to boost or to increase the fertility in the tribes. You know what I want to say? Okay, and in most cases, first of all, we know that the caves were the shelters and were the place where the ancient people live. After inventing agriculture and after leaving the caves, those places, I mean the caves, are being used, were being used by those ancient people as a possible place for ritual and gathering information, maybe, or for the ritual aims purpose. Let's say that something like this. Okay. And it helps nowadays archaeologists, nowadays scientists, to find all these beautiful pieces of art in that case that it was lived by those people. Okay, then Venus figures. We told about the Venus figures. The statues of a woman had been been found mostly in Europe, but we can also meet in Asia and Siberia, and it's dating from. Actually, they're not so big. It's little from 4 to 25 for 30 centimeters tall, and escaped manually in limestone, bone, or ivory. In some cases, from the stones. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Other thing, we are finishing. The other thing, the Venus features sometimes could be interpreted like a symbol of the fertility, and we can call them the mother goddess. In other words, Venuses. That's why we call them Venus. From the it's a goddess of Greece mythology, or the Venus is a goddess of beauty and fertility, something like this. That's why we call them Venus. Do you understand? Childbirth, fertility, beauty in those minds. They thought that such kind of women are actually very attractive and beautiful. For example, this one, very beautiful and attractive woman, extremely beautiful. And this actually maybe a woman. Maybe I don't agree with the scientists that they thought that those people think that those kind of women are attractive. I don't think that like this, because I think that those sculptures are just as you see, like this very fat one. Those sculptures are just symbol of fertility and a symbol of childbirth. And of course, it's very stylized. We can meet even nowadays such kind of features in real life. Okay. You see large breasts here. Maybe they think that if you have a large breasts, you can produce more milk for children. I don't know, maybe like something like this. As you see, large belly here. I don't know. Thighs, white set thighs. It's actually very strange for I'd say for beauty parameters of nowadays, but it's okay for those times. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Yeah. And let's finish it, because we have no time. Actually, rock art in brief. This is my favorite topic. Rock art. Painted. No. Okay, we can finish it, because we have actually finished. Where is it? Don't have. Okay. You're told that our lesson ends in 12:30, yeah? Past 12. Orhan.
Bəli, müəllim. 12 yarısı bitəcək, yəni tənfis etmədi, əvəzinə dərsi yarım saat tez bitirəcəkdik.
Ha, okay. Birin yarısı, ha? Okay, let me check all of you again, and you'll go home. I mean, you'll leave the conference. Ayla? Ayla. No, she needs to be here. I'm sorry. Then Farid. Yeah, I know that Ayla was in the lesson, but where is she right now? I hadn't finished the lesson. I hadn't finished it yet. Farid. Farid.
Müəllim Ayla yazıb ki, interneti bitibdi, ona görə girə bilmir.
Mənə bir şey yazdı.
Fərid də səhv eləmirəmsə, işdə olmalıdır.
Necə işdə olmalıdır? Dərs vaxtı necə işdə olacaq?
Müəllim, mən 5-10 dəqiqə bundan əvvəl çıxdım. İnternetim bitirdi, qoşula bilmədim, amma bayaqdan dərsdəydim.
Lap yaxşı, onda sən plus qoyacaq. Farid. You may go, Ayla. If you are hurry up, you may go. Thank you for your attention. Farid, where are you? You are absent. I'm sorry. I said.
Müəllim.
Okay, Omar.
I am present.
Very good. Orhan.
I am here.
Roshana. Roshana, where are you? Where are you? You are absent. Rusif. Merlin, sorry. I don't see your name. Rusif. Rusif, where are you? Rusif. Okay.
Müəllim Rusif yox deyə dərsdə görsənmir.
Sabina.
I'm here.
Good. Vishal.
Here.
Good. Fatima.
I'm here.
No dot. Hussein.
I'm here.
Good. Nigar.
I am here.
Very good, Nigar. Actually, I'll give you 5 for today's activity, and then I'll give you Fatima. Also, I'll give you 5.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Be active in the lessons and I'll give you marks. Asiana.
I'm here.
Asiana, you are sitting and listening. You're collecting information, you're gathering information, and then you'll erupt, I don't know, something interesting, I guess. Then Narmin.
Here.
Good. Be active on the lessons and please maybe take a look to the information that I shared with you. I'll share with all these pictures and with the text, with the article that I prepared for you. I'll share somewhere here, yeah, maybe, and some maybe. No, it's not so such important. I'll share information here, maybe where, here maybe or here, doesn't matter. Okay, if you don't have any questions, we can finish our lesson and see you next time when we'll meet. Who can say? Asena. When we'll meet.
Üçüncü günü mənim dərsimiz.
When we'll meet, huh?
Üçüncü gün olacaq dərsimiz.
Tomorrow? No.
No.
What?
Sabah ikinci günü, üçüncü gün.
Yeah, Wednesday. Okay. We'll work, but tomorrow. Don't we have any lesson tomorrow?
Xeyr, sabah dərsimiz yoxdur bizim sizlə.
Okay. Then.
No, teacher. We have modeling on Wednesday.
We have modeling. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, lesson modeling.
Modeling. It doesn't matter what's going on here. We'll meet at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. Yes, isn't it? At 9 o'clock on Wednesday, we'll meet. Yes or no?
Bəli.
Yeah, sure.
Bəli.
That's okay. That's how.
Yox, müəllim, bir dəqiqə şeydir. Üçüncü gün bizdə cədvəldə Azərbaycan dili var. Amma müəllim bugün 4-cü gündədir.